Let me turn this off. Okay, so, hello, I'm Jonathan. If you know that already, then this video is intended for you. If you don't know who I am, then this video could be intended for you as well, if you would like it to be. Today, I'm going to go over some finger picking. We'll just work on two easy chords two easy chords to switch between. The G and the C, but it's actually not just a C, it's like it'd be, I'm trying to think of what that is. To look at my chord chart that's on my wall that I never use. But that would take too much time. So we'll just call it C. It's C something. Has to be. So anyway, to get started, just want to make sure that we're in tune with each other. So I'll go ahead and play each string. Then you can listen to it and try to tune the best as you can. I recently used an app to tune it at the standard 440 hertz for A. So here, I'll play E. I'll play it again. This is A. Whoops. That's D. This is G. Insert G string joke here. This is B. This is the high E. Alright, so yeah, so that we're going to do some finger picking today. So, basically, for this, you don't always have to do it this way. I don't want to instill the idea that there's only one way to do anything. There's multiple ways to do whatever. Whether, today what I'm going to say is to use your thumb for the first three strings, and then use your first finger, middle finger, I'm not going to flip you off, don't worry, and third finger for the G, B, and E strings respectively. So, but you don't have to do that. Like, a lot of times when I'm playing, like if I just, I'm trying to think of an example. Depending, like if I'm doing like little jazz chords or anything, like I use my first finger on the D string, but I mean it's really all depends on what you're playing, what the next chord is going to be, how it gets a lot more complicated, and you kind of figure out what suits best. But for practicing, for first getting into finger picking, we're gonna concentrate on having it be the first, second, third. For your thumb, and then the rest for your rest of your fingers. Now it's going to be really weird, so the more you practice, the easier it's going to get for your fingers. It's going to feel really like choppy, like kind of like your fingers aren't going to know how to flow with each other. Unless you play piano, it might help, I don't know. So we're going to do two chords. I already said it earlier, didn't I? G and C. So, with the picking pattern, or plucking pattern, we're going to want to do 5 notes going up. Well, actually, it'll be technically 4 notes going up, 4 notes going down. But we're going to be playing 5 strings. Like, going up and down. Like, let me just play what I'm talking about. So this is the G. Okay. Now, what I'm doing there if you can see, I can probably try to get a little bit closer. Maybe you can see my picking. So what I'm doing is that last one, I'm skipping the B. So when I'm going up, E, A, D, first finger on G, and then I'm not even playing the B, I'm skipping it and going straight to the last string. And on my way down, I do play the B. So my way down, so here, let me play it going up, down, and I skip the A and land finishing the loop on G, or the E string. So that's the pattern that we're going to play for the G chord. Now for the C chord, this one right here, if you need to see it, is there any... I look crazy right now, but that's the G. If I can find a way for you to see exactly what I'm doing, that would be great. So here, G, C. Just move these. We've gone over this a few times in actual class. So for the C chord, we're gonna go starting on the A string. We're not gonna skip any strings. We're just gonna play straight through. So it would be okay, and then we're gonna want to switch between the two. So I'll play through them both and how it's supposed to sound in the end. Okay, no, I didn't really go over positioning of how I'm holding my hand earlier. What I do, personally, is why I'm not really using my pinky, is because I'm using my pinky to support my hand a little bit. So I have my palm, the side of my hand, on the bridge, make sure I'm not, like, muting any of the strings. And my pinky is just kind of going around this pick guard right here. Just kind of finding a nice spot to kind of help pivot and keep my hand stable for when I am picking. So, like, you kind of find a way. Some guitars are a little bit different to kind of search for the comfortable spot. But, yeah, so whenever I'm, like, if I'm having to come up like that, and we can see right there, if my palm is coming up off the bridge, I still have my pinky right here to kind of help me guide my hand, make sure it's not like floating in space. Like, some people can play really well just like floating their hand, but I can't. So yeah. Okay. So now with the transitioning between the chords, I'll play. Instead of skipping that string right there, you're going to want to switch the chord and play that A string with your thumb and then go back up. And then this time, instead of playing the A string, you're going to actually skip it and play that. And you have to try to switch the chord right before you play it. So the full playthrough again. So if you want to play along with me, I'll go ahead and start a metronome. Dun, 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 dun. I'll do it even slower. It'd be really hard for me to play it, but dun, 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 dun. Let's do 90. I'm not sure if I can play this, but we'll see. Okay, so each click is a note played. So we're doing chord notes. Okay, I'll count it, and when I say ready, go is when we'll start. Okay, I'll try to have both my fingers, both my hands in shot, in B frame, shot, whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready, go.